Correct.
It's like he'll pick the Knicks. He'll pick the Knicks to win, and if they don't cover or whatever it is, right? So we all know Canty's a huge Anthony Edwards fan, but Canty is also a huge Lakers fan. And Canty's going to set this up eventually like, well, as long as they both go out there and try the hardest and have fun, whoever wins this series, I'm happy.
Wait, not the orange slice take.
The Rasheed Wallace take. Both teams played hard.
I told him he can't do that.
I can do that, Nuno. It's my favorite player in Anthony Edwards against my favorite team, which is the LA Lakers.
Yeah, but shouldn't LeBron or Luka be your favorite player?
No.
Okay.
No.
But Smalls, we've worked with Evan for almost 2 years now, right?
I have nothing to do with this.
Let me use you as an example.
Okay.
We call out Evan for being kind of a fraud fan, right? Like, you know, he used to be a Patriots fan, stopped being a Patriots fan. Now he's a Patriot fan because they've gone a different direction with the head coach. So you know fraud behavior.
This is not fraud behavior.
Is this fraud behavior?
This is not fraud behavior, and I'm going to explain why it's not fraud behavior. First of all, Luka Doncic just got there. Right, he just got there. Now, I'm excited to have him. I'm happy to have him. Future face of the franchise. That is what it is. He literally just got there. As far as LeBron James goes, every self-respecting Lakers fan will tell you that we're cool with LeBron James being on the team, but there's always going to be that tension because it was forever the last 2 decades in the NBA, Kobe or LeBron, Kobe or LeBron. And Kobe is beloved by Lakers fans. So this, having some huge love affair with LeBron feels like a betrayal of sorts with Kobe's legacy.
Even though LeBron brought you a title?
Yeah, we appreciate the title. We're grateful for the title, but it doesn't. LeBron James is not necessarily one of our own. Kobe Bryant is a beloved son of Laker Nation. I don't know. It's just something weird about that tension that always existed. It will always exist between Kobe and LeBron.
You guys, how crazy is it that I'm sitting here with 2 people that LeBron James brought a title to their franchise, and both of them are like, he's cool, whatever.
Tells you everything you need to know about LeBron.
I like that. Save that for first take.
I wasn't even thinking about having going, but it's just
think about
that's
that.
a real thing.
Think about that. He brought you titles. He's brought you a title, and both of you guys are like, whatever.
You know what? Go Donovan Mitchell now.
And Smalls, what have we said on this show? We said every athlete, when they get done, wants a home. Every athlete, of that stature should want a statue out in front of an arena somewhere. Like, the statue ain't gonna happen for LeBron in Miami. I mean, like LeBron James, he might get a statue in LA, but it ain't gonna be the statue like everybody talk. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, where's the statue place for LeBron? Is it Cleveland? The way that he left things, he left them twice.
Brought him a title.
Yeah, I understand. I understand that, and he's from Northeast Ohio. I get all of those things. But it's not the same like Steph Curry with the Chase Center.
What if he wins another one?
It's not like Michael Jordan with the United Center.
What if he wins another one?
Answer that coming up. I don't know what happened, but I'm picking up an abnormal amount of Twitter followers right now, which means someone tweeted something about hate with me. Wonderful. Thanks, Pat. We're on Sportsmanlike. We show you the emails where the tremendous producers for First Take and Nuno are going back and forth deciding what time I should leave the show, and I had no say over that.
Abandon us.
No say?
Whoa.
No say?
Whoa.
Come on now.
Stop.
What are you talking about?
Because I told you could take the whole show off, and you're like, no. And like,
okay, so?
So that was a say. You said no.
I asked on.
By the way, you had a day, a Friday. Whew. That is some interesting reactions to some of your takes on First Take on a Friday.
Oh, Kendrick Perkins was loving his takes, though.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Big Perkins loved your takes.
All of a sudden, he and I were best friends.
Your take on the Clippers. Yeah. He was loving that. I mean,
which takes?
Yeah, what takes were controversial?
I don't even remember.
I mean, I thought David Dennis was going to lose his mind when you brought up your Michael Jordan's teammates would have never cried if they returned.
Yeah, this was something that was interesting. So on our show, and we are on Sportsmanlike, brought to you by La Quinta. When you book a room at La Quinta by Wyndham, you have access to their free high-speed Wi-Fi, so you can answer critical emails or simply unwind by streaming your favorite shows without having to worry. Tonight, La Quinta, tomorrow you shine. Book direct at LQ.com. So on our show last week, we were talking about Luka going back to Dallas. I said in like a hot take, tongue-in-cheek, it's interesting that Luka seemingly does not want to be on the Lakers. He'd rather be on the Mavs. I can't imagine a Michael Jordan teammate ever not wanting to be on the Bulls. Well, First Take picked that up unbeknownst to me, and then they wanted to do something on that. I'm like, you guys know I said that kind of tongue-in-cheek.
Kind of.
Well, that's the thing. When they started vetting me out because they weren't going to do it if I said kind of tongue-in-cheek, I realized maybe I wasn't as tongue-in-cheek as I thought I was.
You were not.
No. Yeah, they were ready to rip my head off. Yeah.
Oh.
They were what? They were ready to rip my head off on that one. That's for sure. What other ones did they not like? That was the one they didn't like because I found a way to somehow make Michael Jordan something that he had nothing to do with in this. Any other ones? No, I don't remember.
Well, the other one too was the Canty one from.
Oh, I defended
Yeah.
Canty big time.
I know Kevin Clark was.
And I'm getting punched in the face by all of my teammates on First Take, and all I did was defend Canty.
Yeah.
Why does that happen? Why do I have to get hit to defend you?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you. I appreciate you trying to defend me and provide some balance and perspective to the conversation. But what I couldn't understand and what everybody talked around was how keeping and paying TJ Watt gets the Pittsburgh Steelers closer to a championship if they don't have a quarterback.
It doesn't.
That's the part I could never understand. Now nobody is saying that the Pittsburgh Steelers are actually going to trade TJ Watt for Brock Purdy. We don't think that's going to happen, right? That was never the intention. But in the conversation that we had, we talked about how much of an asset TJ Watt is to the Pittsburgh Steelers and whether or not it made sense to make him the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL when your team doesn't have a quarterback. And if you don't have a quarterback, as an organization, you have to do your due diligence and consider every single asset that you have as a part of the solution in order to get said quarterback.
Sure.
Including potentially trading TJ Watt. That was the conversation that we were having.
I did not think it was that difficult, Smalls.
It's not that complicated. Like, you cannot win playoff games with TJ Watt. You cannot win playoff games without TJ Watt.
Yeah, I think it's important to add that texture of the conversation because, of course, we're not suggesting that life will be easier for you if you move on from a player of the caliber of a TJ Watt or of a Myles Garrett. But we also know how that movie ends with them.
Yeah.
We've seen it time and time again. Until you get a functional quarterback, your greatness is going to be in purgatory because it doesn't matter if you don't have that guy under center. Your team can only go so far.
Pat Costello, there was more?
Yeah, I don't think that Florida basketball will be inviting you to their arena anytime soon.
Why?
Or maybe just avoid them entirely for a while because you and Walter Clayton not exactly best friends.
What?
I didn't get
That's
that.
news to me.
Really?
You were getting
destroyed.
By who?
Oh, by
Florida.
the Florida fans? The reason Amber was talking about you was the fact that your question to Walter Clayton Jr. about, like, is Florida a basketball or a football school? It set the internet ablaze. Let's just say Gator fans were destroying you for that question.
How's that a terrible question?
I didn't even know that they were destroying me. Why is that a bad question?
Because he said it's an everything school, and you said it's a cop-out, and everyone said that you were mean to him for saying it was a cop-out.
That is a cop-out. That's the
was
definition
mean
of
to
a
him?
cop-out. It's an everything school. Come on now.
But it kind of is.
If I just won a national championship, I don't give a damn how good our football team is. I'm going to say it's a basketball school.
Right now, we're a basketball
No
school.
doubt.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's right. I mean, we're an everything school. I'm supposed to accept that as an answer?
Apparently, according to the internet, because some guy tweeted a video that said bleep this guy, and it did quite well.
It did quite well.
I didn't see that.
I didn't see that either.
Well,
Anyway.
if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping.
Yeah.
So congratulations. You are
This
popping.
is literally everything they have just said is news to me. I knew none of this. And I live on the internet.
Yeah,
But I don't
miss
search
this?
my name, though. I don't want anything about me on the internet.
But
That's
how
the
did
thing.
you miss this of all people? You're the most online person I've ever met.
You've ever met?
You're pretty online.
Man, you on X more than Elon Musk.
Am I actually?
Yes, you
Yeah,
are.
I am.
You are.
Evan, we will be mid-segment, and you can't wait to get a tweet out.
Well, I'm trying to draw attention to the show.
But we're in the show,
Right. I'm trying to bring more people in.
but only
Man,
on that corner of the internet.
He had that Masters tweet with Roy ready to go, right? That
the
poll.
draft,
He
in the
had it
draft.
ready to go.
Oh, the poll question?
The poll
Oh, yeah,
question.
that one was ready.
He
That
had
was
it ready
yeah.
to go.
Yeah,
Good
that was a
round
good
of-
one.
Good round of
Sam.
bad round for Rory.
That was a good one. I agree. I like that. It's
Tag
way
on
more,
Sportscenter.
way more even than I thought. Way more even than I thought. Yeah,
my
my bad.
gosh.
I'm trying to promote the show on me, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Now there was another fight. If we're gonna go through all the beefs that are happening, that Nuno is not happy with Cece's take on the Lakers T-Wolves series, which hasn't even started yet, and that is the 3-6 matchup in the Western Conference. Nuno, you are preemptively annoyed with CC about his take that he hasn't actually offered yet about the T-Wolves and the Lakers.
Well, he'll offer this because we all know Canty.
Thế trẻ con ngắn lưỡi. Đầu em ra còn cả danh sách hôm qua gửi có đúng không? Chắc là đang bị vấp ở chỗ nào rồi. Vẫn đúng. Chào cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn làm vòng. Và hôm nay của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là su hào. Mọi người, hôm nay vòng của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là su su. Mình bắt đầu làm nha. Chị rồi. Kệ, không sao. Không mình sao. Anh Kiên lọt cả người cơ. Anh Kiên ngồi đấy tất lọt cả người.
Anh Kiên sẽ lọt cả người làm
Hôm nào cởi trần phản cảm quá thì em mới không dám quen thôi. Cái hôm thằng Tít á, cởi trần cởi chuồng hay là thằng Tít này đúng đăng nhé. Cởi trần cởi chuồng đi qua video em mấy lần nữa sao?
mấy lần rồi.
Cái nhà Thanh Tân này bán dâu rẻ nha, nhưng mà dâu xấu lắm.
Dâu gì? Xấu thì đi con cá rẻ. Dâu xấu. Thanh Tân là nhà nào? Em mua nó đấy.
Mà lúc đi qua ta chỉ xong đi thẳng lên luôn đấy. Đang chụp quả đẹp đẹp đang xong ra nói dâu dập.
Cái nhìn thấy hộp nhà tôi lấy rồi chứ.
Phải cho ăn.
Ngoan ngoãn. Đấy mà có tiền nữa tao mua xoài vào đây tao ăn rồi sẽ ngon. Sẽ kèm đấy. Là sao vậy? Nó xinh vẽ. Nó chỉ vẽ bằng cái điện thoại em rồi này. Rồi. Ở đây cặp vậy thôi.
Mẹ.
Ở đây đi sơ sơ rồi đấy.
Hai mỏ đây, đây là
Ngon mà.
thế mà không mua.
Ngon gì?
Chỉ có một ớt đây. Nói chuyện đùa.
Gì?
Nói chuyện đùa. Đang trên đỉnh điểm mà. Đang trên đỉnh điểm kêu không có tiền.
Không có tiền đi. Cái gì nó bị nhiều bao giờ tụi nó biết rồi, nó biết nhiều. Đấy.
Ôi thằng Cường nó còn hỏi tạm cho cô vãi không mai nên cho cả hộp tới cơ. Nhà nó qua có dỗ, nó nghỉ dỗ. Có nhiều đồ cúng không?
Mà mang cái gì được?
Cho cô bài.
Cho mẹ. Mẹ.
Đang giảm cân lấy làm cái gì?
Lấy đi cho mang vào nào. Nào. Cảm ơn. Có giảng sĩ thì có răng. Đấy là không động vào ghế của nó rồi. Đây bấu. Đấy là được. Được này được. Mình thì được. Cười nhé. Cười nhé. Kỳ. Ok. Học ở đâu ở đây hả? Ok.
Chú bé lắm đó. Đây gọi là chú bé là đến màu vàng nha. Xem cô bé quay video
là có một cái ảnh để chứng minh là nó đang ở nhà đó rồi ở đâu anh ta lạc lõng cả thế giới thì đâu.
Đánh chào luôn rất chứ mũi này. Lên đi
Rồi xin
lên hướng đi để mẹ lên cô cho.
em vẫn đen thui